You have been feeling the pull lately, the quiet tug in opposite directions. One voice telling you are too far gone now, another whisper saying you still belong to something good, and it exhausts you. Dear heart, you are tired of the war inside your own chest. You wake up determined to do better, to think better, to choose better. But by nightfall you feel as though you have slipped again. And then the shame comes, that heavy, suffocating weight. You wonder why it feels so hard just to stand in the light. You wonder why the darker thoughts seem louder. You ask yourself, what is wrong with me? Precious one, nothing is wrong with you. You are standing in a very real tension. There are forces that pull at every human soul. There is a gravity that drags downward, toward despair, toward selfishness, toward numbness. And there is a current that lifts upward, toward love, toward truth, toward life. Both call your name, not because you are weak, but because you are valuable. My child, no one fights over something worthless. The reason you feel the tension is because you matter. Heaven desires you, not in a distant, abstract way, not as a project to fix, but as a beloved to bring close. And the darker path desires you too, to silence your hope, to distort your worth, to convince you that you belong to it. That is why the battle feels personal, because it is. Sweet soul, you have been thinking, if I were stronger, this wouldn't be so hard. You have told yourself, if I truly loved what is good, I wouldn't keep stumbling. You have wondered whether your struggle means you are already lost. But listen carefully. The very ache you feel is evidence that your heart is alive. The numb do not ache. The surrendered do not wrestle. The lost do not long for light. Beloved, you are not drawn toward darkness because it owns you. You are drawn toward it because it promises relief. Relief from guilt. Relief from pressure. Relief from the voice inside that says you must keep trying. And sometimes resting in something destructive feels easier than standing in something holy. I understand that. I know how heavy your self-disappointment feels. I know how the night amplifies your thoughts. I know how you replay your mistakes like a loop you cannot shut off. But shame is not my voice. Conviction is gentle and clear. Shame is loud and crushing. One says, this hurt you, come back. The other says, this is who you are, stay down. There is a difference. Beloved family, these messages are not just videos. They are prayers reaching hearts. If you feel led to help us continue this work, the support link is in the description and comment box. Your support helps keep this light shining. Loved one, heaven does not compete for you by yelling louder. It does not drag you. It does not corner you. It stands with open hands, steady, patient, certain of your worth. The darker pull, however, rushes you, pressures you, whispers urgency. Do it now, hide now, give up now. That urgency is not peace. My dear one, you are not standing at a dramatic cliff edge with lightning flashing overhead. It is far more ordinary than that. You stand at a doorway every single day, a simple doorway. On one side, bitterness, numbness, self-protection. On the other, softness, honesty, courage. You walk through one or the other in small ways. In the words you choose, in the thoughts you entertain, in the way you treat yourself after you fail. It is rarely one giant decision. It is a series of quiet turns. Precious one, you fear that because you have walked into the darker room before, you have forfeited your place in the light. But the door has never been locked. Not from my side. Heaven wants you not because you have been perfect, but because you are mine. And the darker realm wants you not because it loves you, but because it envies what you carry. You carry reflection of me, even now, especially now. Beloved, you think the battle proves you are divided, but it actually proves you are desired. If you were already claimed by destruction, there would be no struggle. If you were beyond hope, there would be no whisper calling you higher. That whisper is not fragile. It is persistent. It is patient. It does not panic when you falter. My child, I am not tallying your failures. I am watching your direction. When you fall and feel the sting of it, that turning back toward light is powerful. It may seem small to you. It is not small to me. Dear heart, you do not defeat darkness by pretending it does not attract you. You overcome it by bringing your desire into honesty. Tell me when you are tempted. Tell me when you are angry. Tell me when you are tired of trying. You do not shock me. You do not disappoint me with your humanity. What pulls you downward feeds on secrecy. What lifts you upward grows in openness. Sweet soul, there is something you must understand. Heaven does not want you to control yourself into exhaustion. It wants your heart, not performance, not image, not flawless discipline. Your heart. And when your heart leans toward me, even trembling, that lean matters. Loved one, you are not a pawn. You are a chooser. That is why both sides seek you. You have agency. Your will is sacred, even when it is weary. You have believed that one more mistake will tip the scale permanently. But this is not a fragile balance. It is a relationship. And relationships are built through return, through conversation, through staying, not through never failing. My dear one, when you hear the voice that says, "You belong to me now," and it drips with accusation, that is not my tone. I do not claim you with threats. I claim you with love. There is a difference between ownership and belonging. Ownership controls. Belonging cherishes. You belong, not because you never wander, but because I have chosen you again and again. Precious one, the darker path promises freedom but delivers chains. It says, no rules, no limits. But soon you feel smaller, harder, less alive. Heaven way can feel narrow at first, but it opens into space, into clarity, into quiet strength. Beloved, you are afraid that the pull downward means it will eventually win. You imagine a day when you will be too tired to resist. Listen gently. You do not fight this alone. I am with you, not as a distant observer, but as steady presence within your very breath. When you pause before reacting, that is me strengthening you. When you feel remorse instead of indifference, that is life inside you. When you long for goodness even after you fail, that is heaven fingerprint. My child, do not confuse struggle with surrender. They are not the same. Struggle means you care. Surrender means you stop caring. You have not stopped caring. Dear heart, you ask, why would something dark even want me? Because you are capable of love. Because you are capable of influence. Because your kindness, if fully alive, would bring light to others. The enemy of light always aims for those who can shine. Sweet soul, this is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to steady you. You are not weak for feeling the pull. You are human. But you are also more than your impulses. You are more than your worst night. You are more than your secret habits. Loved one, each morning the doorway stands again. No drama, no thunder, just quiet choice. And every time you turn toward honesty, toward humility, toward compassion, you step toward life. Even if yesterday you stepped the other way. My dear one, stop measuring your worth by the intensity of the battle. Measure it by the fact that I keep calling you closer. Heaven wants you. Not someday. Now. Not the polished version. You. And the darker voice wants you too. But it wants your silence. Your isolation. Your hopelessness. That is why it works so hard to convince you that you are already defeated. Precious one, you are not defeated. You are deciding. Every day. Sometimes slowly. Sometimes clumsily. But still deciding. Beloved, when you feel overwhelmed, do not focus on the entire future. Just the next small turn. The next honest word. The next kind response. The next moment of restraint. Small turns change direction over time. My child, you do not have to prove that you belong to the light. You simply respond to it. Even if your response is barely a whisper, that whisper is heard. Dear heart, there will be days when the pull feels stronger, when you are tired, when you are hurt, when you feel unseen by others. Those are tender moments. Guard them gently. Reach toward me then, not in polished prayer, just in raw honesty. Say, I am struggling. That is enough. Sweet soul, I am not standing over you waiting for failure. I am standing beside you, strengthening your will. The darker path is loud. I am steady. It rushes. I endure. It accuses. I restore. And in the end, what is steady outlasts what is frantic. Loved one, you will not be dragged into light. You will not be shoved into ruin. You will walk, and I will guide. Even when you stumble, your direction can still shift upward. My dear one, rest in this truth tonight. The tension you feel is not a sign of rejection. It is a sign of value. Heaven and hell both want you, but only one loves you. Only one laid down everything to bring you home. And that love is not fragile. It is patient. It is strong. It is nearer than you realize. Precious one, the doorway will stand again tomorrow, and you will stand before it. Not alone, not unloved, not without help. Just breathe in the quiet of this moment. Feel the steadiness underneath you. I remain here, watching over your choosing, holding you in mercy, certain that the light within you is stronger than the shadows that call your name. Amen. Beloved family, we may not always have the words to fully express it, but we deeply honor those who have supported this mission. Your generosity carries purpose. May God remember your kindness and bless you in His perfect way.